Good morning, everyone. My name is Mark Brasuell. I'm an artist living in Denver, Colorado. Just kind of wanted to share a little bit of something that I've been working on. As most of you know, I just had a show at Edge Art Gallery called Subliminal, which were drawings, black and white drawings with a hint of color, kind of based on the unconscious. The idea being that abstract thoughts and imagery generally comes from somewhere other than reality, other than something you've seen before. So I have been reading a lot of John Sarno, who works about the unconscious and pain and how that's involved in that whole thing. And I wanted to see if I could do it in paintings. These are just little, I call them my practice paintings. I have a bunch of them. Here's another one that's really small, for me, small. And I just had the idea of if I could try to not necessarily make the same paintings of the drawings, but really see where the paint took me instead. So I finished this one a day or two ago, and I really enjoy it. I like all the colors, I like the grays that I'm using in here, all of that. But I went back and looked at my drawings, and I'm like, it needs that extra little something. And I don't think I've ever shown you guys how I do this. The first thing I do is I take a photograph of it, and then I kind of play around with the placement of the color. I could put the color up there intuitively, but if it didn't work, I'd have to either, wash it off or paint around it or something like that, and I just really didn't want that. So I tried a couple of options, and I really kind of like what happened. Now the color I'm going to use is kind of a deep blue. Let's see if you see. Oh yeah. So I added just a touch of white to it, and I think that this is going to be a really nice complement. This is ultramarine blue and titanium white together with just water and a little bit of media. So you get to see this. Hold on, my cat is messing with my computer. Such is my life, painting with cats. So here we go. There's just going to be two different sections here, and I don't really wet down the surface that much, but just enough to get the paint moving. I also will put a little water in here because I want this to be fluid. I don't want it to be chunky. I want it to be very kind of tight. So I know the first one I want to go from here to kind of in there. And then the second one's going to be kind of in here. I kind of have not decided how I'm going to do this, but so here's the perils of doing this live. I really like this part right here. I think I'm gonna maybe deepen the blue up in here and then maybe have a highlight down here. This one, I'm not sure about how it going over the white. So I'm gonna show you how I would get rid of that. I could go back and paint it and do all that kind of stuff, but this is still wet. Acrylic can be erased a lot longer than people think. I have erased acrylic when it's been down at least 2 or 3 days, and it still comes out. So what you have to do is soak it again, agitate it, soak it, agitate it. This one, since it's just right on here, is probably just going to spray off. So let's see. It's a miracle. Yeah, and now I'm even thinking that this little part right here is a little too much, so let's just get rid of that too. Yeah, that seems to be much better. Now, as I talked about before, I think I'm just going to try a little bit of a highlight here on this bottom, see how that goes. I think it's really going to make it pop. See, that's nice. And just a touch lighter. I won't use my regular words because I'm sure that they would offend people. Yeah, I like that. Let's try a little bit here. Just a touch more. I don't really want it streaky, so I'm just going to be careful about this. It's like contours. I feel like I'm putting contours on a nose. Yeah, I kind of like that. See how this is here, and there's this little black line there too. This ends up here, but I'm digging the idea that maybe it is this too. Yeah, so now it seems pretty balanced. It seems like it needs something kind of in here. So we have this little white swoosh here. Let's try doing this in blue. I can always go back and put it in white or erase it. Well, what do you guys think? I'm thinking up here in the corner, but I think that if I do this right here, it's going to seem too balanced. I mean, I like a little bit of the chaos happening here, and that it's happening like this. So I think that's where I'm going to stop there. I hope you enjoyed this. Please watch more, maybe give a little bit more insight. I want to do some more videos where I'm just going over kind of more subtle things rather than the general idea of painting, because there's a lot that goes into it that I don't talk about, especially bringing up digital imagery and using that as your sketchbook. You obviously could do this in a sketchbook. Most of my things kind of start out, not literally, but with what I'm doing in my sketchbook in mind. So hope you enjoyed. Please follow me if you would like to. I'm on Facebook also, Mark Brasuell Artist, and you can check out my website, markbrasuell.com. Hope you have a great day and enjoy.